Game number 2 after what was a bit of a heart-wrenching game 1. I refuse to not be even. AWE taking it in stride would be a hard way to put it, with tears in their eyes, but they were able to get that first Nexus. AAA has to have vengeance in their heart. My name is Escape, and I'm joined once again by Anti.
Hello, hello, and once again, already getting that Xerath, that Renata off the table. AWE never getting allowed to play their favorite champions here. You know, you've got the Katarina, you've got the Fiora, you got the Vex, same bans from both sides. This time, the Ornn being taken off the table, which opens up Trolls and Use Aatrox. You have to be very, very prepared for a counter pick to the Aatrox. I mean, I'm pretty confident you just first pick it. Aatrox is so good as a champion. But
they take away the Udyr.
Be taking the Udyr instead. You know, Red has had like 1 or 2 champions that he's been really, really powerful on, and Total Trash, not too happy about it. Doesn't really want to have to play into it, but either way,
Ashe, you know, Ashe feels a little weird. I don't know if you necessarily want an Ashe. Obviously, that gives good jungle tracking. That gives decent lane presence. Like she's just kind of fine the whole game. But I don't know if fine is what you exactly want. That bot lane was really, really effective. It looks like that's going to be the Mordekaiser lock in. I honestly have no idea where that Mordekaiser is going. That could be jungle. That could be...
I mean, it is Red we're talking about.
Yeah, it really could just be anywhere. Those 2 picks right there don't really signal too much as those 2 are like, you know, we want to do something specific with these pair of champions. We want to do something lane dominant in the bot lane most likely, and there it is, the Aatrox locked in for Trolls and You.
Yeah,
Tell me about how fun that champion is. Tell me about it.
Oh my god, do I love playing some Boneless Ribbon. So much fun to hit Q and then just watch people evaporate regardless of whether or not you hit that sweet spot. Aatrox is such an incredibly strong champion and incredibly overtuned. Just, I mean, I was talking with Trolls and You, honestly, before this series, and it was kind of funny because he said that he doesn't actually have any particular champ that he lists as main, but Aatrox is just really, really broken right now.
Yeah, no, really, he's ridiculous. And I think Sylas potentially, okay, Lissandra and lots of mid lane hovers coming through here. So could be locking in something for Katarina. It's looking like a Malzahar for the moment. Don't know if there's going to be any sort of last second swap.
I mean, the Rumble was also doing really well. And all right, we are going to get the Rumble. I was going to say the Rumble, I don't think was the issue of the last game, right? You know,
I think,
Rumble did so much work.
Yeah, Rumbles, the equalizers were beautiful in those early mid team fights because it was able to actually section off section off Art of War. But it fell so far behind. Like, how long was that last game? Like 30, 32, 38 minutes? I don't know, something in that range. It was mid to late 30s. And I think Katarina came out of the game with like 170 CS. And it was not rolling in kills or anything. I think that Rumble just really struggled in that mid game. The team fights were beautiful, but wasn't able to carry over the gold income. And the lack of damage that started to come through as AAA started to get further and further behind, and as Art of War started finishing more and more items, I feel like that Rumble was a weak point at that point.
I genuinely disagree. Not because, well, the thing that I disagree with isn't, you know, the Rumble not getting that farm, etc., etc. The thing I disagree with is whether or not you can actually make use of the Rumble in the laning phase. Isn't a matter of Katarina's Rumble, it's a matter of what can you actually play into Guilty. But the Irelia pickup for Jaffe, very interesting here. I actually really like this. Irelia has been a long-time counter pick into Aatrox. It's not a true counter pick, it's something I'd call a skill matchup, right? If you ever go in at below 70% health as Irelia, you die, straight up. But if you ever go in, you should not be getting hit by those sweet spots, right? You know, it's so easy to dodge those things out. The onus is on Jaffe here, and with the performance from last game, Jaffe looking to really take this one back, but the LeBlanc from Guilty could make Katarina's life a living hell. Now, Guilty, once again, you know, very, very strong, and the Braum for Ariri here, you know, allows that heavily auto attack focused, you know, Varus to do so much work. But there's that play
and I like this
champion.
Yeah, look for something heavy. Look for something that you can actually start to play bot lane with, because that Varus was just able to sit around bot lane and not run into any problems. I like the Blitzcrank actually as an option that gives this composition a lot of pick potential. I don't know if Adam's going to hear me and try and lock that one in. We got 1 second left, and it's going to be the Amumu. Ooh, that really changes the front line of this composition to be like a very, very heavy. Let's get in there. Let's team fight. These teams are going to be smacking heads.
Yeah, and Amumu with Mordekaiser Rumble, that does so much damage if you can get one of those big ultimates. You know, now your Equalizer's doing true damage, now your Mordekaiser's doing true damage, walking through the entire enemy team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
but yeah, it's honestly just a really big question as to whether or not, you know, AAA is going to actually get those opportunities, right? Especially because Mordekaiser's going to be out of the team fight for quite a bit of it.
Yeah, no, we'll have to see if that's actually going to be able to come together, because, like, me personally, like, landing the auto attacks on Amumu onto key targets is going to be challenging, but if all you need to do is hit Total Trash or hit Trollsing or hit a Riri, add some damage to that, let that front line just get completely removed, that's not going to be too rough, and I think that's a very good note of just allowing those champions to do true damage. I need to see Jaffe pull out a better performance. So that last game, you pick Camille into the Ornn, you know what you're playing into, and it was just not there. And Trollsing's been able to do that on Ornn, but if the onus is on you to be like, I know what I'm going to use, you need to show up. And I think that this is the best opportunity for Jaffe to do that. This is a comfort pick. Ooh. Really, really good at this Irelia. And like you say, it's comfy into that Aatrox. So I think Jaffe's putting some pressure on himself to try and show up for this game. And I think if he does, there's really not a lot of good tools for AAA to deal with him.
Now, the real question here, right, is, you know, you said it was a bit of a comfort pick. I actually haven't seen too much of Jaffe's Irelia. You know, it comes out every now and then. It's always been something that Jaffe's had in the pocket. But Jaffe is very heavily indexing into this laning phase, taking the Ignite, opting to skip out on that teleport, right? And, you know, Ignite also going to be able to do a lot more into Aatrox, but while Aatrox does heal a lot, you'd actually be surprised. A lot of the laning phase isn't about denying the healing. It's the fact that Aatrox just pumps out so much damage.
Oh, Jaffe taking this trade at level 1, grabs that bone plating, and that actually, that means a lot, because now he can take this triple Q here and just get directly on top of Trollsing. You dodge just the second hit of the Q. This is the type of trade that you want right now if you're Irelia. Lots of autos coming through, and still has that Ignite available, is able to continue to pressure if he wants to.
Yeah, once wave 2 comes in, Jaffe could actually set up for a kill. Just needs to get one of those minions ready. Trollsing needs to be very, very careful about this, right? You know, and Jaffe right now dragging the wave, has the level 2.
Ooh, hold on, engage in the bot lane right now. Oh, okay, I thought Rare Adam was going to try and go a little bit harder with that one. Does get the catch on our Riri. These two junglers, though, I think it's notable. Mordekaiser is out clearing Total Trash. We always see Total Trash go for 3 camp plays, try and find some aggression, and now that we're seeing him put onto a champion where he needs to be able to farm up, he is falling behind to this Mordekaiser. I might be wrong on this, but I would assume Udyr's clear is faster, given that's what he's kind of known for, but I think Red knows what's going on. He's going to try and meet him in the jungle here.
Yeah, I mean, either way, Jaffe looking once again for an in. Red, what the hell?
It's just an aggressive
This guy
play.
is a psychopath.
He's going to have the smite available. Total Trash has it well. This is going to be a 50-50 that could really decide how these junglers' games are going to go. The rotation has not started yet from Guilty. The smite has to come through from Red to keep him alive. Total Trash is able to pick that one up. Red still has the full shield available. Stunned up there from Total Trash. Red's going to have to flash. But he doesn't have it. He's only taking Ghost. Total Trash is taken low. Now, Katarina with that Flame Spiritor getting a lot of damage down. They know which Guilty. Oh, he's going to go down to the Ignite. He picks up the double kill. Trading the bot lane right now. The kill comes over to a mid. Now, Trollsing Use have forced a flash out. Double buffs onto Jaffe. And 2 kills onto that Irelia. That is the performance he needs.
Yeah, and up in kills, up in CS, going to be able to grab that Vamp Scepter, going to be able to maybe pick up some boots on top of it. You know, it's a question of whether or not you do want the boots, whether or not you do want the dagger. Honestly, I'd probably go for the tier 1 boots here just because you're probably going to end up having to run away from the jungler on repeat at this point. But, you know, opting for a faster path to that Bork is never a bad idea.
You're level 2! Why are you taking top crap? I mean, like, that's what Amumu does weird things to your brain. I don't know if you've noticed, but, like, you play Amumu and your brain just starts going for the most crazy ideas. And it's going to benefit Red because he's going to grab that Scuttle Crab. And now this Amumu walking through the mid lane, missing that bandage toss. Kind of
level 3 now.
Yeah, level 3. Level 3 is big now. He's got access to crying. Gonna try and waddle his way back down to bot lane, just keep things going.
Already was throwing tantrums, already was throwing the hands out for some hugs, but now he can cry all about it. As right now, the only one really crying seems to be MXL. As
Crab!
Oh my god. Like I said, only ones who could be crying right now would probably be MXL as, oh, okay, Trollsing actually going to be in a lot of trouble. This could turn into a huge fight in the top lane, but Jaffe not opting to go in there as Katarina is just having so much trouble into this LeBlanc. That early team fight was such a godsend, but we need something like that again.
Yeah, Jaffe's looking for some kind of setup, misses the stun right there, tries to get the E through, does have the slows from Red buff. W is going to pull him back very briefly there, but gets pulled back by Red as well. The double Red buff. Red's going to go down to the turret here. No, the big prop from Triumph keeps him alive with a sliver of HP and a great dive from AAA. Amid trying to make the walk forward right now, get on top of MXL. It is so close to the stun coming through, but Rare Adam just going to trade himself for his 80 carry. Kill gets traded back on the bot side.
Yeah, I mean, incredibly strong, you know, how do you call it? Aggressive, I guess, would be the way to put it. Flash coming out from a mid here. And it was something that honestly set off alarm bells in my head. I had no idea what was going on, but a mid very much knew his damage, knew exactly what it is he was able to do, taking down that level 3 Amumu as Rare Adam just doesn't get to play the game yet.
All right, that's going to be Dragon picked up there for AWE, keeping that early game pressure. And once again, tiny gold deficit between these two. Obviously, we're only at 6 minutes, but there's been a lot of kills. But it is a very kind of like map-sided gold diff. You know what I mean? Like, all of this AA gold is on Jaffe right now. Has to be. Has that small CS lead, but is sitting with a ton of kills. Guilty trying to make a play there, but it's just going to be the equalizer to clear out that wave. And Guilty's going to end up missing CS for that one, so it's a little bit of a bummer. Jaffe trying to find something up in that top lane, but he's going to be able to continually force aggression. With this setup, does find the ulti there. There's another Q landing. He's going to have a second one set up. Ignite. The Hex Splash is being channeled there from Rare Adam, who simply wants to help, but it's going to be an escape there from Trollsing. You know, Flash having to be burnt. Doesn't have it, but...
Yeah, I mean... You know, very aggressive plays coming out from Jaffe. Gonna continue to push this lead. Forces the back from Trollsing. No teleport available. Should be able to just shove this wave all the way in. No double bust this time, which means that it's gonna be a little bit longer, right? You know, you can't just spam all your abilities on the wave and expect to have mana still. But Jaffe has so much gold. You know, 1,800 to 3,300. Meanwhile, Red on the bot side.
Landing there onto a Riri. Now a mid. Trying to find an opening. Oh, misses the damage there, Red. Now he's going to try and turn it back onto the Ashe. MXL is taken down below 200 HP and just falls to the piercing arrow of the Varus right there. Look at how many members have made it towards this bot lane to try and help out Red. Low HP, but gets the ulti off on a Riri. Going to have a little bit of additional stats right now, trying to take towards Total Trash. Guilty, going to be there. Doesn't quite have the ultimate up, and is going to take down Red. It is a 2 for 2, and actually a really good trade given how things started there for AAA.
Yeah, I mean, the kill does end up going over to AWE for the Varus, but, you know, able to pick up that shutdown. Red getting more gold than anticipated. And this Mordekaiser, you know, Red, not too much of a jungler, right? You know, has been honestly, oh my god.
He took it. Look at Rare Adam sitting there on the Amumu, that hometown Amumu. Big thumbs up from my boy. And is able to clean up that second Scuttle Crab. And this blue buff has been a point of hurt for Total Trash so far. Jaffe's just chilling there, going to take that one down.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, right, you know, Red, not exactly, you know, a jungle main, has been playing very well in the jungle. This time, playing a top laner in the jungle, you know, probably looking to pick up that Rylai's early on in order to just do as much damage in these team fights, do as much as far as utility goes in these team fights as possible. Meanwhile, MXL just continues in this bot lane to suffer, but wow, what a dodge.
Now, I want to talk about the Ashe pickup, because obviously they've decided that, oh, we're going to bump it into Potos. Actually, this is great timing. So,
yeah, perfect timing.
They pick the Ashe, and clearly, with how Rare Adam is playing, they had no intent of making this a 2v2 lane. They're going to put that Amumu on the map, try and create pressure. It's been able to work so far. They're getting that top lane ahead. Why is this not then a Xayah? Right? I don't know if MXL plays it that effectively, but I feel like he probably can. But Xayah has more safety, more wave clear, same amount of ability to poke. I don't know. Like, Xayah does really well in this situation.
One thing I will say, right? Yes, Xayah might have more safety, might have a little bit more poke. Ashe, on the other hand, has a secondary form of engage. If Rare Adam doesn't land the bandage toss, if you don't have flash, you don't actually have a real engage on this team. So Enchanted Crystal Arrow actually opens up a lot for this team. Yeah, sure, a Riri might be able to block it, but a stunned Braum is a dead Braum.
Yeah, that's still a way to get in onto this team. Dead even once again. We're at the 10-minute mark. Still yet to be told why we're sitting here on a pause, but we'll get there at some point. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be available. But yeah. That being said, right, I do want to give a shout out to the way how Jaffe's playing incredibly strong on this Irelia, looking to get closer and closer to that Blade of the Ruined King. The moment Irelia picks that up, this lane. So the way how this lane works, right? Irelia versus Aatrox is a skill matchup. Sure, you can get kills early. You can get an early lead. If you don't get an early lead, though, it's fine. If you fall down 1 or 2 kills, it's fine, right? The moment that you finish Bork, even if you're down 2 kills into Aatrox, you literally walk into lane, auto him 3 times. He has to force dash to get away from you. You stun off of that dash. You kill him on repeat. It gets so much easier the moment you finish Bork. And Jaffe's doing this with a 3-kill lead.
Yeah. What side of that wall is Jaffe on right now? Because if Jaffe is just going to commit to saying, hey, we've got full topside control, and they really do at this point. Topside is a complete monster. Look at these. Actually, this is actually a very good time to bring up the gold grass right now. Bot lane is suffering for MXL, but it's the same side of a different coin right there. Jaffe in this top lane continuing to apply pressure. And I think where the really notable differences is between these two junglers. Red, it has an enormous lead. And it's going to find this Rift Herald. It's going to find pressure into this top lane. I think that we could see that top lane tower falling pretty close to immediately after we come back out of this pause. The Rift Herald, they've got 3 people there. And it's going to be countered by Total Trash trying to create a dive onto this Ashe. And they've really just said, hey, we're going to leave you to just be the utility bot that you can be in these later stages. We'll see you in 20 minutes.
Yeah, and one other thing to note, right, about Red with this gold lead, right? So Red with a gold lead on Udyr. Terrifying. You don't really want to deal with that. Red with a gold lead on Viego. Terrifying. You don't really want to deal with that. Red with a gold lead on a champion that he's played time and time again in Mythic League, Mordekaiser. If terrifying is the word that you'd use to describe the other 2 champions, what the hell do you call a fed Mordekaiser?
Blasphemous. What are the names of his spells? Actually, they'd be pretty good for this. What's Mord's Q's name?
His ultimate is Death Realm, and it seems the entire map might be turning into one if Red gets his way. You know, on the Rift Herald, gonna be able to continue to pick up this gold. You know, MXL had a beautiful dodge on the Corrupted Chains, but oh my lord, poor MXL.
Yeah, he's
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
With the Flash and Ghost able to get out, and Katarina, you know, right now just looking to try to make something happen. Still a little bit of suffering for this Ashe.
Yeah, we're gonna struggle with this. This is the post pause bug. We're gonna get to see this play more than once, ladies and gentlemen. Riot refuses to pick the fix their spectator mode, so this will probably not be the last time that you see this play. We're probably gonna get to see it one more time here. Usually it's 3 repeats, anywho. And it looks like with the rotation that AWE has made, AAA is going to try and bring this Rift Herald to this mid lane, crack it open in the early stages, and that will give them access to the entirety of Udyr's jungle as if they weren't already living in there. But they're going to have fast rotations from one to the next, and it means that defensive play from AWE is going to get a lot harder.
Yeah, I mean, right now, MXL just continually picking up what farm he can. Jaffe, in such a good position, and the Herald going down. Katarina might be taking a little bit of damage from
solo kill in the
Guilty,
top lane.
but oh my god.
Jaffe was able to find that kill, and it is 3 plates picked up now. Red's going to try and create some pressure on this mid lane. Jaffe going to to walk up to that turret, grab some plating, and it is really just the bot lane that is the hope and the prayer right now. MXL has completely been left to his own devices. Might get picked up on the turret now, though. The ultimates get traded. He is going to trade with the Riri. No, the Triumph! Why do so many people take that garbage rune? It makes me so sad.
I mean, I will say, Triumph, incredibly great on champions like Irelia, like Aatrox. On Braum was definitely not something that I had anticipated, but Ariri going to be able to give us a show. Jaffe going to be able to give his team a way how to stay in this game. Trollsing trying to get some kind of damage back here, but
Jaffe forcing the dive right now, trying to trade with Trollsing U, but he gives the shutdown over to the Udyr. And that is the gold injection that AWE desperately needed. They are now up 2,000 gold, or excuse me, 1,500 gold with that turret down in the bot lane. No turrets were taken off the map.
That being said, one Rare Adam still definitely playing League of Legends. Jaffe just finished Bork and Full Boots.
Yes, it looks like Rare Adam might be caught out a little bit. No, okay, having to force that flash over the wall there, and he's quite happy to do that. He's got that Hex Flash. That just means that he has a new tool unlocked on his keyboard. Going to be able to create some plays. Looks like there's a lot of people in the mid lane there. They have found a mid. Burns the cleanse out of him, so that CC time does get reduced. Now Rare Adam is very far forward. He gets to change the corruption. He's going to get bursted, and the hubris from the Amumu, that champion does things to your brain. Now, Red trying to create this dive onto Ariri. Ariri really doesn't have anywhere to go there. Does it able to pick up the kill there. And now Guilty appearing right in front of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow is taken very low. Is the one with the Ignite ticking, but they can't find the way in. The Q just misses, and this Ashe has been starved of so much gold, but Jaffe is here on time, finds the trade kill, and it is just blood everywhere in the middle lane.
And finds so many kills. 3 kills on the LeBlanc, 6 kills on the Irelia, and Jaffe, once again, always looking to pick up the shield bow for this Irelia. Now, for those unfamiliar with Irelia builds, there's actually a lot of very strong, viable ones for her right now, right? Right now, you have the Gore Drinker build, which allows you to just frontline for your team, jump into the backline on repeat, you know, just continually heal up while having super, super low cooldowns. You have the Shield Bow build, which is one of the hardest carry builds in Irelia's possible build pass, because you just gain so much damage, so much healing. You know, you pop a little bit below that shield health threshold, and all of a sudden you are pumping out so much more damage than you had any business
doing.
And
actually challenge this dragon though right now. 1,500 HP on it. This might just come through. It is now 4v2 in the pit for the moment, but the rest of AW is trying to walk around the corner. There's the Equalizer on top of one, but Ariri's just happy to walk out of that one. Red now trying to take the 1v1 versus a mid, but he takes so much damage, has to walk away. But look at the ulti there from MXL, finding the priority target, and Total Trash is gonna have to waltz away from that pit.
Oh, Lord, and Rare Adam still walking into the jungle. You know, a support Amumu. You might expect this just straight up be the enemy jungler, because, oh my Lord. Wait, Rare Adam got that?
Wait, really?
Hold on, look at the Amumu.
Yeah.
He's holding a red buff.
Oh my goodness. Rare Adam refusing to give Total Trash a break. He's getting counter-jungled by everyone on the map. The only person he hasn't seen is Ashe. And that Enchanted Crystal Arrow was able to seal them the team fight. Isn't able to have, he doesn't have enough mana to pick up those Raptors, but he definitely would have gotten them given the opportunity. And that is going to be Dragon picked up along with a couple kills. And this series refuses to be predictable.
You see, the thing is, right, one thing to note, right, Rare Adam and MXL are not actually playing at their home. They are playing in an internet cafe, because they are not anywhere near.
Burning the ulti right now.
Oh,
having to trade back. It is 2v2 for the moment as Guilty's trying to find his way in. Holding U's already been taken really low. All 5 members of AW are up here. Enchanted Crystal Air lands onto a mid, so that's no damage coming out of that bard for the time being. Ultimate coming down across Guilty. Very, very low. Gets burnt out. There's the trade for Jaffe, though, as MXL's on the side. That gold-starved Ashe, though, trying to walk up to a mid who's just kiting back so well. MXL gets removed from the fight, and it is Red caught in the enemy jungle. Triple kill for the Varus, and the stun is going to come through right now. Ariri trying to take them down 1, 2, 3, 4, and now trying to find a kill back onto a mid, but that is it. That is gone. A mid cleans up 4, and AWE looks strong.
Oh my lord, I can't even tell like fun little stories about the players because AWE are just looking for blood and they are going to find it. Amid has quietly grown to 10 kills on this Varus. When did this happen?
I mean, yeah, you're picking up kills all over the place. There was 4 in that team fight. There was, I think, 2 in a skirmish prior to that, and the laning phase was just completely for him, right? There's nothing that Ashe could do, and once again, Amid looking strong on this. We know where this build path is going. It's going to be really difficult to deal with, but there are those AP threats now, but it's going to be Rift Herald for AWE. This Varus, 9k gold, so much. There's so much on that Varus. So, you can kill that Varus, and now AWE 7k behind, so it's can they find the window? Can they find their way in?
Oh, the cleanse.
To deal with that champion. Or Adam trying to look for something. There's the ulti right there. Just barely sneaks wide of a mid. It was a 4v4 if they wanted to take it. Nobody pressuring this bot lane right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Jaffe just going to continue to push down the top lane. Just going to look to try to take this tower as a response. Just, get some of that gold pumped back into the team. Just playing a little bit respectfully, knowing that the enemy team could potentially still be there. But, this Irelia is so strong right now. Might not be quite as strong as that Varus is, but still no slouch. And, we were talking about how the Rumble was falling behind in CS early on in the last game. But this time around, keeping up in farm, keeping up in those kills, and should be able to do just fine as far as the gold is concerned.
Yeah, it's one of those games that it's like, like I talked about in the early stages, this was very much Jaffe versus Amid, and that has not changed. We are 16 minutes, almost 17 minutes into the game now, and it is still the same. There's been no gold swings. It's just 80 carry versus Irelia, but Jaffe has not found a way to the Varus yet. Varus has the ability to self-heal, has that cleanse, but he hasn't made it.
Jaffe hasn't really found a way in, and one thing to note is Jaffe doesn't really have any sort of tenacity, right? He doesn't really have a way how to force, his way in because there's so much CC on the side of AWE. Speaking of which, Rare Adam getting tagged up by quite a bit of it, early slows, almost got tagged up by the chain into more chains potentially, as, it looks that AWE are just going to take this dragon, and AAA don't have a real answer for it. Red could just opt to walk in. That is true. But how strong do you expect this to be? MXL with a fancy feat, though.
Flash and ult being burned out of a mid. Once again, that's going to make that Varus a lot more vulnerable, as we're looking at 9 seconds on the Dragon right now. They can walk towards this right now. Total trash, very far forward. Rare Adam refusing to take the engage, though, right now. Level 7 on that Amumu doesn't feel too comfortable. They do find the ulti there, though, and now it is the 1v1 caused between the two of them, the two junglers. This ultimate available for Rare Adam hasn't popped it just yet. There's low HP in the front line there for Oriri. Big equalizer, and the Enchanted Crystal keeps a mid on top of it, and there's no flash, no cleanse, no Varus left alive. MXL trying to fight with Trolls and you and Rare Adam from that top side. Red taken very, very low. They're trying to figure out which one is the real LeBlanc, chasing her off into the mid lane. And it is 2 for none so far, as Guilty tries to trade, and he only gives away his life. 3 for 0, and AAA's on the Dragon.
Oh my lord. AAA always giving us a show. It's not AAA because this is far better than what a AAA movie studio could give us. Right now, we are 15-15, finally taking down the Varus and pumping so much more gold into Jaffe. And if you're an Irelia player, you know this exact feeling where your team might be behind, you might be feeling a little bit in the dumps, but your team might be feeling a little down, and you just say, it's okay. The 80 carries fed. We got this. Right? Because Irelia as a champion is designed to surgically remove those champions from the game, and Amid is feeling the brunt of that.
Yeah, it was such a good thread through of the arrow there. Keep the Ashe caught out on top, or sorry, keep the Varus caught out on top of that equalizer. Both of those abilities were able to land, and then Katarina is there with the Flame Spitter to take him down. Mid turret has gone down now. These two are starting to trade objectives back and forth. We are 30 seconds off of this Baron spawning. I don't know if we're looking at a 20-minute Baron from either of these two, but there's room to say that if a team fight goes dramatically in favor of one team, that Baron will disappear off the side of the map. I want to give credit to Katarina, who's had a much more solid game so far, and is able to bring that Rumble back to life. Rare Adam caught it without Flash this time, the 1 versus 3. And, you know, we talked about the aggressive warding in the previous game, but just not there, not available today.
Oh, Red?
And now Red barely getting that ulti off cooldown. He's going to have to burn it onto a mid. Going to try and trade with the ADC here. He's going to have the damage. MXL's going to be there when he gets out. Down goes a mid. Red now with the AD online, but gets taken down. It is a 2-for-1. And I don't know if AW wants to try and force Baron with that right now as Jaffe's pushing in these side lanes. Is there going to be cancels available? There's the TP coming through to try and match Jaffe right now. Trolls and you into that bot lane. No ultimate available, but the tower stays alive.
Yeah, tower does stay alive, and while it looks great for AWE to nab 2 kills, AAA's Red going to be able to take down a mid means that they cannot turn towards the Baron, because that's 11 out of their 17 kills on that Varus, right? You know, this is the put all your eggs into one basket composition, and, you know, a mid, you know, that basket of eggs seems to be cracking.
Yeah, no, it's not very well reinforced. I think they went with Thatch for the sake of, you know, stylistic seasonal applicability, right? Going into this season.
Like sometimes you just want to, you know, put it into like wool, right? You know, just keep it, you know, real soft, real comfy. But you drop it once, it's all over. As
speaking of being dropped once,
Trollsing gonna get dropped in the bot lane as this tower also drops as well. Jaffe, so much damage with this Irelia, getting ever closer to that death stance. As Katarina just looking to trade with Guilty, not looking to do too much in terms of overcommitting, as they know that their team is not anywhere near.
This feels really weird. This is a desperate attempt from AWE. Try and get themselves back on top. They don't realize how close this game is right now. I feel like they're getting pushed against the wall. They're trying to use this Baron take to pull Jaffe away from bot lane. There's no TP on that Irelia, so they know that there can't be an answer. But Trollsing You hasn't respawned yet. Trollsing You doesn't have TP, and that's just going to be a bit of wasted time and free hitting for Jaffe onto this bot turret. Now, I have a question for you. We talked about the Bork build being an option for Irelia. We talked about the Gore Drinker build. We talked about Shield Bow. What happens when you go Bork and Shield Bow?
No. Bork is the one thing that is a constant for Irelia.
Okay.
Shield Bow, on the other hand, is something that just turns into damage on damage, and Red getting caught out here, but, you know, this is Red.
That ultimate available. He gets it onto a mid. A mid doesn't have access to the Blackest Cone right now. It looks like this is going to be another trade between the two. No! A mid able to take that right now, and Rare Adam once again caught having to burn that flash again. Haven't we seen that time and time again right now? Katarina without the ability to do that. A mid gets caught out. The ultimate's going to get burned there from Rare Adam, but they are just single filing into the death blaze that are AWE. Baron is on the table, and Baron will go down for free. AWE turning the game back once again.
Oh my lord, we got caught up talking about a few of the strats for Irelia builds, and meanwhile, AAA got caught up in the controversial one at a time strat. Right now, sure, you got Jaffe back on the map. You do have that Death's Dance available. Yes, you can probably kill Total Trash right now, as Total Trash stepping up way too far. But one jungler, one Baron buff taken off of AWE is not enough to equalize this gold difference.
Yeah. Looking towards that soul point, though, which could put AAA in a good spot to force rotations from AW, make them play around certain sides of the map. And with Baron being that 6-minute respawn timer, Dragon's only going to be 5. These two objectives are going to spawn nearly at the exact same time. And as AAA, they know that there's no jungler available. This will be a tool in 5 minutes that they can use, that they can force to get themselves a comfortable and a positive trade. But until that time, that's just one more Wind Dragon stacked up there. It's going to give them some out-of-combat movement speed, going to give them some slow resistance, but that's it for now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question really of how much mental stamina all of these players really have, though, right? Because, you know, you got players like Red who have been to these, you know, finals time and time again, but, you know, many times haven't really been able to pull it out until he started playing with Yubi, you know, one of our reigning champions here. Meanwhile, MXL and Rare Adam not playing at home, playing together at a cafe. You know, I guess that's one of the reasons why you could get MXL 1v2ing for so long. You know, you might not be holding hands in bot lane, just hold hands in real life. As Katarina, on the other hand, a little bit more of an unknown, came into this season a little bit later, so I don't really know nearly as much about them as I do about the rest of this team. But Jaffe, you know, also not a slouch, not even remotely close to what I would call a newbie in this league. Trolls You, on the other hand, still very relatively new to this league. Total Trash, the only member outside of Riri to stay on AWE for 2 full seasons. And Amid, you know, hopping in late into the season as the revolving door ever turns for AWE. And Guilty, you know, while Guilty still breakout rookie season, incredibly strong. Quite literally a therapist. I don't think that if anyone's going to be getting tilted, it would be Guilty.
Yeah, no. Emotions are merely a state of understanding. There's no yielding to them. They're not hated. They are not loved. They are just merely signs of what is to come. And so far, it's got to feel positive for AWE.
Yeah, it's got to feel positive for AWE. That being said, I will say, you know, therapy, one of the big things about it is it doesn't teach you to not feel sad. It teaches you how to deal with those feelings. So if AWE do find themselves on the back foot, that could still be a point of contention here, right? Meanwhile, Jaffe just going to continue to farm down this bot lane, getting closer, ever closer to that Frozen Heart, which does so much work for Irelia.
I feel like you saw Cringe Therapist. I saw a therapist one time. I didn't go in. I didn't like go in. I just saw them on the streets. I haven't felt sad since. I saw a therapist. I no longer feel sad. It is just like a state of being that I've left behind in my past. And I feel like that's something AWE has left behind in their past too, because previously, AWE, this is the first season that they've won a game in playoffs. Not the first season they've been to playoffs. This is the 3rd or 4th time. This is the first time that they've won a game. And you know what? They're looking at going 5 in a row right now. They've already taken 3 versus RLS. They're looking for a second one versus a AAA. They go 6-0 in their first season where they win a game in playoffs. That will be the miracle run that they're looking for. They've developed a great comp, like you said, great members. They all are working together. They all seem to be on the same page, except for Total Trash a couple times on that Vi game. No one ever forgets. But they look good. This is the best we've seen them this season. And with INT, their demons out of the way, they look comfortable, and they're going to try and take this one to game 3, 2 points ahead, but they need to get on top of this Jaffe problem.
They do need to get on top of this Jaffe problem, but Amid, with one of the biggest brain picks I've ever seen in my life, gets Anathema's Chains onto Jaffe. And Anathema's Chains, when it's fully stacked, is a 30% damage reduction and also increases the amount of CC that affects them. Jaffe is going to have a lot of trouble soloing out Amid, and now the rest of the team has to pick up the slack.
And there's 2 of them. There's got to be 2 of them. I don't know who else the second Anathemas would be on. It's got to both be on Jaffe. They want to make sure that he's not dealing damage.
That doesn't work.
No, but you double reduce the resistances, right? Neither obviously doesn't. No,
you cannot. You physically cannot stack them.
Oh, okay.
If you try to stack them onto someone, it overrides the anathemas that someone else put on them and removes their anathemas.
Oh, okay. Well, good method to troll your teammates, if anybody's wondering. Mid is coming up with some great ideas. If you want to make sure that somebody's anathemas doesn't work, just buy one and then get rid of it again while you're still in Fountain right now. But it might be a quick trip back to the Fountain right now for Total Trash. Miz has to burn the cleanse on the back line. Total Trash is already going to take it solo. It's 4 versus 3 right now. Jaffe is just in this bot lane. Guilty yet to rear answer the fight. Look at Mid in this front line. They cannot touch him. And MXL is forced to flash away. Red still in the middle of them. Jaffe, the only method of pressuring right now is he's on this bot lane inhibitor turret, and it is going to go down. Going to try and move towards this inhibitor, but it is going to be 1 versus 5. MXL trying to pressure this mid lane turret as well. Here comes Guilty. First one up on the step. Going to try and play for this. Bot lane inhibitor is going to go down. Jaffe's willing to trade his life for this one. Is yet to pick it up. Yes, he is. Okay, there's the ultimate coming through, but he has been stunned up. Has the ability to heal so much. This is Irelia that we're talking about right now. Able to find a trade onto a Ring. Finds the starter to trolls at you. They're scared of him now. Jaffe looking to try and make a play. Flashes out of the LeBlanc W. Jason's Guilty under turret, but can't find the kill. It is 950 gold going over. Dragon found by AWE. My breath is returning to my body, and they're able to hold on for another day.
a huge kill for Jaffe in order to get that Death Stand scaling up, and Rare Adam getting chased out by Total Trash here. And you have to wonder, if Jaffe had joined that fight, how different would that look? Because it was looking so good for so long. That being said, we now have the Frozen Heart fully completed for Jaffe. Going to be able to do a lot more work, but you can't do much work while you're dead. Jaffe not on the map. Red walking up, getting hit by
Red is now on top of Total Trash. Total Trash taking very low. That could be the smite disappearing. AWE loses their smite, and now does AAA want to try and turn towards this Baron? I feel like that could be just complete suicide. That Varus is still ridiculously fed. There's no TP available for Jaffe. He would not be able to join this fight immediately once he comes back on the map. Katarina trying to find a way under this Varus. They do have slows, they do have ults available. They're not able to find that one just yet. Riri sitting around the side. This bot wave slowly starting to tick in. They want to cancel these recalls. Trolsing is going to try and get back towards the base, try and play safety. He has that TP available right now. Jaffe, 10 seconds away from this, trying to rejoin. Still 19 seconds on the respawn now for Moodier. And AAA is going to try and move towards this Baron. And I will take a moment to breathe.
Yeah, I mean, Trolsing still does have the teleport available to Jaffe. Now, in this fight, in this pit, should give them more
There's
than
the TP coming through. It's 4v5 if they want to try and take this one. Rare Adam with a big ulti onto 3. Trolsing is now there. Jaffe trying to find a way into the back line, and he is there right now. Amid is caught. Amid is getting taken so low. There's the first kill right there, and 2. Trolsing, Amid staying alive for so long. AAA has turned it back.
Oh my god, and on the back, I wouldn't even say the back of Jaffe, this entire team stepped up. MXL, played 1v2 for so long, still pumping out the damage, still pumping out the CC. Red on this Mordekaiser, terrifying as ever. Rare Adam at 0 and 6, still putting out multi-man ultimates, and they're going to be able to take down this tower. They have a perfect role to get into that Nexus as well. Total Trash and Guilty, the only ones alive. They're actually opting for the safer play and not going to go for it, even though you have 2 waves just barreling down.
Oh, these games refuse to be predictable. Once again, we could be 3 minutes away from another end. Last game, I believe, was, 34? I think, what was it, 34:02? I think was what I ended up getting confirmation on. As we're just about to roll into the 32nd minute here. Could be very, very close, but that's 2 inhibitors down. They've only got the top lane 1 down. I don't think top lane inhib matters at this point in the game. I don't think you need it. I think if you're AAA, you have the advantage. You've got Soul in 2 minutes. That Baron realistically shouldn't come up. You should be done with this game by that point. They've got their Baron buffs. They can still choose to pressure. I think they're going to try and take the safe route, play for this Soul, and then play for the team fight to follow. They're very reliant.
Jaffe now sitting on the Hearthbound Axe allows you to output even more damage. You're going to be looking to nab that Wit's End. I love to watch some Irelia, and Jaffe is making it quite a treat. As right now, if you do manage to pick up this Soul as AAA, right? What in the world is the enemy team supposed to do into you? Literally all of these champions utilize Cloud Soul better than almost every other champion in the game. Only few champions I can really think of is stuff like, I don't know, Skarner, Hecarim, but sure, you can point and click and be like, yeah, this champion could technically be better. Okay, well, would you still want to be in a death realm against a Mordekaiser moving at you at 1 billion miles an hour? Do you want the multi-mana Mumu ulti to allow him to walk out for free? Do you want the equalizer to mean a Rumble's also on your face?
I think that's something that AAA wants right now, so desperately trying to stop. Now, I have to ask you as the League historian, just yes or no, has there ever been a blanket item in League?
A blanket item? Exactly what are you referring to?
Just anything that's called a blanket, because I think that's the only way that AW is going to be able to hide from these monsters right now. They're sitting at the edges, and they can't stick their feet over. They have to keep themselves hidden. MXL trying to keep pressure at his 1 face check away from ending this game. And AWE has had heartbreaker face checks in playoffs before. Not going to fall for this one, though.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, there has been no safety blankie available for AWE, neither in League history nor in this game. As right now, Guilty trying to clear out this wave amid Riri, Guilty, Total Trash, all of them just continuing to walk up together as a team. All together, even if you do get Death Bush, maybe you find a way how to turn it around. Rare Adam, the only one left in that bush, as they are all turning to this Soul, which is actually one of the few times I would consider Cloud Soul a win condition.
Yeah, and Cloud Soul might be their win condition as they're now piling 5 into this mid lane, the only lane with the open and finished off inhibitor. Recalls coming through from the extended members of AWEs. They understand this is going to be a 5v5 for the game. Hold on. The ulti, barely missing Total Trash. They're going to try and use Rare Adam to keep this one away. They're going to create a 4v4 that they're comfortable with. And currently, that is keeping this Udyr out of the fight as Rare Adam's going to join it from the back. Big engage there from the Braum. The Equalizer's only on top of a Riri. And a mid has found a way onto MXL. He's happy to take this straight to the 86, but he can't find it. Varus has already gone down. Trollsing getting chased away by Red, and it is just Guilty. Just Total Trash once again. MXL has already fallen. Low tower damage, and it's just Jaffe who gets chugged out immediately by Guilty. But Katarina, showing the demons from laning phase previously, have not hurt their chances. Chasing Guilty away. It is low health bars for AAA. Total Trash, it is completely on your back. Can you hold this? Can you keep this alive? Jaffe is tanking. Can the Udyr do this? No, as Katarina gets out on almost no HP, and we are going to game number 3, even footing at 1 apiece.
Oh my lord, and Jaffe puts up that incredible top lane performance that we have known and loved Jaffe for, right? A lot of this series has been with the question, can Trollsing take control of this lane the same way that he did against Jaffe in the last 2 times that they met up before? This time around, Jaffe going to be able to take it with incredibly convincing fashion, showing off just why he's rated so highly by so many players in this league. And we're moving on to game 3, which historically, AAA has never won a game 3 in their careers. That being said, with the exception of last week, AWE had never won a playoff game. No matter what, this is a battle for the ages.
Yeah, this is looking to be up there for one of our best finals that we've ever had, but we cannot deem it as such until we move towards the final stages. Please put your votes in chats. We are almost at the halfway point. Who's taking it? Votes got to be updated. As for myself, Escape, and Anti, that is going to be it for us for the rest of the night, but make sure you do not take off because we're going to be moving to game 3 very shortly, so stick around.